welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, April 18, 2018. I'm Vesta Bowens with the details. UWI professor and criminologist Anthony Harriott is calling for a targeted and strategic approach to combating crime. Professor Harriott, who is attached to the UWI's Institute of Criminal Justice and Security in Jamaica, was speaking today at the opening of a two-day national conversation on crime and violence hosted by the SVG Christian Council in collaboration with the churches and other stakeholders. He listed crime under the categories emerging, mature, and chronic, which are influenced to an extent by transitions in the society, such as the rural to urban drift that gave rise to criminal elements.
Common Caribbean moment of a long transition from the old to modern post-independence societies. We are transitional societies. What we are experiencing are the difficulties of modernization, not a descent into darkness and chaos. The challenge is to properly manage this transition. And to do so, we must have a clear vision of the kind of societies that we want, how we wish to order our everyday interaction between citizens, and the interaction between citizens and state. Two critical relationships that we must get right. Relationship among ourselves and relationship between citizen and state. And to order these interactions and relationships so that we get the desired outcomes of safe and just societies.
Professor Harriott further explained that a lack of identity and fear of alienation among young men often lead to them forging allegiances with criminal networks.
What's going on there? Turmoil, alienation, and that's the problem with many of our young people who are struggling with critical issues of who they are, where do they belong, how do they make their way in life? How do they make their living? And this is perhaps the most problematic group in society. They need our help to resolve these issues. They need help from our institutions, not just from us as individuals. Help from family, help from schools, and help from all the various institutions of civil society, youth clubs, and so forth, to help them to find their way.
Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, making remarks at the conference, expressed concern over the number of gun-related crimes here. Quoting from homicide statistics, PM Gonsalves noted that of the 7 homicides for the year so far, 6 involved the use of guns. The National Security Minister acknowledged the challenges involved in stemming the increase in crime and pointed out that government has taken steps to ensure that persons can be legally armed to protect themselves.
We have a small arms treaty which we helped to fight for at the United Nations. The United States Senate has yet to approve it. I doubt it would be approved. So there's a problem of the source of guns. We don't make guns, and we don't make bullets, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. One of the ways in which we have sought to make people feel a little safer, and including women, is to we took the gun licensing arrangements out of the hands of one man, the Commissioner of Police, and set up a license in the Firearm Licensing Authority, which there are other persons on this. And then at the same time, we invested $2.5 million in a gun range to teach people how to use the firearm and to make the grant of firearm licenses a more rational process and connected to people's safety.
Opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday, also making remarks, called for more honest dialogue in combating crime, noting that sexual assault and burglary were also critical areas of concern.
Murders and woundings are, of course, not the only crimes. They understandably get the most attention. However, there are others, very damaging crimes that occur even more frequently. Homes and businesses are being burglarized, and the safety and security of our citizens, our people, are under continuous threat. In addition, reports of sexual crimes and violence against women and girls continue to plague our society. One only has to look at the list of cases for the assizes posted at the High Court door to see the evidence of this. Evidence that many reasonably believe is merely the tip of the iceberg.
Bishop Leopold Friday of the SVG Christian Council said that while conflict is part of human interaction, it is important that persons learn to treat each other with dignity.
We do not advocate the practice of retribution. Rather, we extend the assurance of God's mercy, forgiveness, and redemption. We emphasize the necessity of the formation of character, the education of the conscience, and the acceptance of responsibilities, as persons are called to be human, moral agents, and not reduced to involuntary robots. No one has the right to claim for himself the right to destroy, hurt, vandalize, or violate another's property, person, life, or freedom. Violence, no matter how disguised, simple or sophisticated, destroys our human dignity and prevents whole societies from optimizing their full potential.
The National Conversation on Crime continues tomorrow from 9 a.m. at the Methodist Church Hall under the theme, Building a Culture of Peace in Our Communities and Nation. 63 firefighters completed an 8-day firegrounds operations training course designed to improve their firefighting and disaster relief skills conducted by Global Fire. Carlos Sampson, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, said at the program's closing ceremony today that the training exercise was necessary, allowing the transfer of skills from overseas firefighting experts. Sampson expressed confidence that SVG's firefighting services are in a much better position than before the course started.
It is no secret that fires are fought by police officers in the Indians. We being a small country, a portion of our men has to be, even though we all paid as fire officers, but a small portion of us is dedicated to fighting fire. Therefore, the need to be trained by professionals and these experts go a very long way in building capacity. We all know that we have the last new built airports in the region, and God forbid anything could happen. But we want to be able to be in a better position than where we were 8 days ago, so that we can manage any type of situation that we're being called upon. I understand that you would have had a lot of hands-on experience, and that goes well. No longer would you have to be running helter-skelter and sorting as to what to do. The knowledge gained here would assist to make better decisions.
Michael Sayers, the representative from Global Fire, said firefighters are the cornerstone of disaster relief efforts and encouraged the 63 firefighters to apply their newly acquired skills to the job.
For you guys, it's not all up to the people in charge. A lot of the work as firefighters, as the brotherhood of firefighting goes, and sisterhood, we're all included. But everyone has to look after each other. You have to mentor each other, you have to train each other, you have to watch each other's backs. The more you do that, the tighter knit your group becomes, the better everything is. You look after each other, you're safer, and once you know what everyone else is doing, it makes your job more efficient. And that's what we're shooting for. In a firefighting scale, on a national scale, you all work with other departments. Disaster relief, if a disaster hits, the cornerstone of that relief is going to be firefighters, because you do the most technical rescues. Building collapse, building on fire, car crashed, any of those things, they look to you first. Everyone else can assist, but it's always the firefighters that are cornerstone of all disaster management. So hopefully we've left you with enough to start, but the road is not even close to the end. You got to continue on.
SVG's Consul General to Canada, Fitzgerald Huggins, said that the National Emergency Management Organization was among the agencies to benefit from equipment valued at 200,000 Canadian dollars.
They were very instrumental in what happened here today. And I mentioned global medics because along with the consignment of equipment and trainers and the training, we also received quite a large supply of hurricane relief supplies that was donated to NEMO as part of this deal, this package that came to St. Vincent. So NEMO would be in a state of readiness as we approach the next hurricane season from June the 1st. So if something is to happen, God forbid, that they will be in a state of readiness where they could be able to feed a few people if they are displaced. So to see the value of what really is happening here today.
Ronique Chewitt, originally of Glen, was shot and killed by police in the Gibson Corner area yesterday afternoon. Commissioner of Police Colin John explained to SVG-TV News the circumstances leading up to the shooting incident.
Most of the police force on patrol along the Gibson Corner area. Rafiq Chewitt, alias war teacher, was seen walking along the said public road. He was acting in a suspicious manner. Members of the transport asked the transport to stop. They alighted the vehicle. They approached him. He ran into some bushes. They gave chase. While in the bushes, he opened fire. Well, he drew a firearm at the police. The police took preventative action and fired 2 shots at him. One caught him in his chest, one caught him in his arm. He was rushed to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The coroner was informed about it, and the investigations are continuing.
Commissioner John said Chewitt, also known as War Teacher, has a history of criminal activities. One of the incidents he was suspected of being involved with is the recent Lotto Booth shooting at Heritage Square, in which 2 persons were injured.
Rafiq Chewitt came to the attention of the police about 3 years ago. He was charged with the attempted murder of one Jason. He was also a suspect in the matter where the Lions Club Lotto Booth was robbed. He was interviewed on caution and released pending further investigations. Well, I won't say hampered it, I won't say assisted it. Well, we know we have someone charged for that. We have someone charged for that offense currently. We also received information that he was involved, but at the moment, at the time of his death, there was insufficient evidence to charge him. Right? Yeah, the investigation, I'm quite satisfied with the way the investigations are going as regard that. Police are following all leads as regard it.
Consumers have been paying more for cooking gas from Monday of this week. The Agency for Public Information said today in a release that Cabinet approved a price hike which ranges from just under $3 to $34.15 in accordance with the Price and Distribution of Goods Act. A 20-pound cylinder of cooking gas is now costing $2.63 more in areas 1, 2, and 3, and $4.63 more in area 4. Consumers in areas 1, 2, and 3 are now paying $4 more for the 25-pound cylinders, while those in area 4 now pay $6 more. And the 100-pound cylinders are now costing consumers in areas 1, 2, and 3 $13.15 more, while those in area 4 are now paying an additional $34.15 for the 100-pound cylinder. The price of LPG gas was last increased in August 2017. The director of the NTRC, Apollo Knights, has pointed to the need for a digital skills upgrade among the youth and training of personnel in cybersecurity to further advance the ICT sector here. Knights was speaking Tuesday at a conference held to discuss the development of an ICT services register for SVG. He said that because the ICT sector is constantly changing, the curriculum for students must keep pace in order to develop the digital skills of the youth.
I think we need to equip our students in the schools, primary right up to tertiary level, in terms of the relevant digital skills. Because if we're in the ICT industry, things changing all the time. And I don't think the curriculum we have, which is more or less not changed much over the last 20, maybe 30 years, we need to have it changing faster, right? So to meet those needs in the market. So we need to have a quick review all the time, or what the market wants, and have those courses, those curriculum to match that. Somebody said recently we're just producing students to pass the exams now. That seems it. We're not really giving them skills to make differences in the marketplace. We're just producing them to take this exam and pass it. When they finish, they're not thinkers and solving problems, the solution. So that need to be addressed, I believe.
Knights also highlighted the need for more personnel to be trained in cybersecurity.
The next one is cybersecurity, I think, right? And cybercrime and stuff. Everybody's hacking everybody these days. I lost $800 out my debit card 2 weeks ago. I don't normally check my balances, that thing. I just had a mindset with I still had money, I had $1,000 here last week. Going there, this day, see $800 gone, check. So somebody seemed to use it and buy some stuff on the internet now. So and the bank is saying it takes 3 months to investigate. I don't know why, 3 months. So I have to wait 3 months to get my money back. Right? But that's cybercrime. Somebody shopping online, Felix, $300 worth of, I think it was a female site too. They give me the site, what is the stuff? Everybody's site, they buy the stuff. Some lady stuff. Somebody shopping. So either lady shopping for herself or some guy shopping for his lady now. Right, so cybersecurity is very important. And a lot of people getting the same issues around.
The NTRC director also called on Vincentians to exercise patience with regard to internet speed issues, noting that regional heads have been working on a solution which they will announce soon. The importance of training one's human resource was the focus of a lecture hosted by the UWI Open Campus in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, held last Monday night at the Methodist Church Hall. The point was made by economist Ronald James of the Caribbean Development Bank, who was one of the panelists at the lecture on the theme, Flight of the Bumblebee, the turning point for a delicate economy. James said that while the country may have an abundance of human resources, it is essential that they are well trained to effectively utilize the natural resources of that territory.
Having natural resources does not necessarily guarantee you economic success for a number of reasons. But what I just wanted to point out here is the natural resource that a country has is only the starting point. So what has happened over the years with those countries that I mentioned earlier that have been very successful and who would have started from those initial endowments in terms of significant natural capital, is that you would have seen over time that they would have transitioned from that pure dependence on their natural capital and have gone into the more human capital side. So like the US, for example, economy is 70% human capital now compared to before. So yes, natural resources gives you a platform, but you have to have the human capital side as well to ensure that you are developing those natural resources efficiently and get the biggest bang from them.
Director of Planning Laura Anthony Brown, supporting the position, said training must be designed to enhance particular needs.
It is critical that you invest in your human capital, in your people. He said to them, I know you are concerned about growing your economy, but an investment in human is an investment in growth. And so I saw that in its holistic way. Of course, he was speaking about not only in education, but in health, in social services, and all of those things in the human development aspect. But I see if we want to be a little bit innovative, if we want to be less timid or less risk averse as we are, we have to be educated in a particular type of way.
The panel discussion was organized by the UWI's Department of Economics.